Hello. So this is a game that I played as Vanar versus Songhai. Um, I just want to go over a Songhai game because of how dominant they are on the ladder right now. I'll start with my hand first off. I got rid of Dancing Blades, too expensive, and I actually get a really good hand. Emerald Rejuvenator is always good versus Songhai because you need to heal all the damage they're dealing to your face. Also webcam. Yeah. I usually use it for streaming, but I never stream because, you know, no viewership and very laggy stream makes for not a happy streamer. Um, Anyways, and Fenrir and Jaxi give me great turn one plays. They're great cards to play off of turn one when you're on this side, especially. So let's see what he does. I've tried to coordinate this a few times, so I kind of know what happens, but he tusk bores and runs up, as all Songhais do. So I'm going to run up and play Fenrir, and I can just leave this, let it go back to his hand. Like, I have no way to kill it. There's literally no reason for me to attack this. So let it go back. The chance of him having a Tuskbore in hand turn 1 is actually fairly high, higher than you'd think. It's like 46% I'm not sure how the algorithms work for mulliganing and replacing, but assuming I did it right, then it's roughly like 46%. So it's not like it's unlikely for him to have one. So don't be surprised when he has one or two, because the chance of him having at least one is 46%, roughly. So we know he has a Tuskbore. We just not sure if he's gonna play it. He probably is because it's so good to play. It's a great card. A little bit too good, but everyone knows that. So he goes face, and he plays the second one and goes face. So we already know he's committed very hard to our face. So let's kind of take stock of what we can do here. We have 4 mana, potential 5, with Frosthorn Rhino as an available play. So if we look at his hand, he has 5 cards. So if we let these both go back, like if we let the turn end and don't touch these, one of them will die. Excuse me, because he can't hold that many cards, obviously. So what I should have done here and what I didn't, as you'll see, and I mean in retrospect it might not have even been the best play, but moving on to this tile, excuse me, my throat. Moving on to this tile and playing Frosthorn Rhino might have been a decent play, just to get a big guy on the board. But what I actually ended up doing is killing them both, which I think was a mistake. I didn't even see he had this many cards in his hand, so gotta pay attention when you're playing against Songhai. Then I played Emerald for some healing. So right now I have no worries about backstab or anything. There's no way he could backstab me right now. And with Mask of Shadows, he just doesn't have the mana to do it yet. So it's not really afraid of it. I'll take this chance to mention, if you are having a trouble against Songhai, or if you're having trouble on ladder in general as Vanar, it's okay, because it's not that Vanar's bad, it's that on ladder right now, they don't have a good matchup versus the standard Songhai deck, and even I don't think they have a very good matchup against the Abyssian deck or Control Magmar. So the most played decks, Abyssian and Songhai, are just a nightmare to play against, especially because your win condition, Jack's True Sight, if that's what you're running, is heavily countered by quite a few cards, such as Ghost Lightning. So I played Frosthorn just to get him on the board. Songhai has a hard time dealing with big minions, but here's where the mistake started, the big mistake. So if you take a look at his mana, he has 5 mana. 6 mana is a very important turn for Songhai, especially if I'm open like this, because they can play a Mask of Shadows and a Silhouette Tracer, Silhouette first for the mana tile, and get behind you if you're in position with a Mask of Shadows. So I didn't even notice that. I honestly didn't see it. I wasn't really paying attention this game. That's not true. I just made a mistake. So I shouldn't have let him get this 6 mana. I should have played Frosthorn over here. I don't need this infiltrate bonus right away, because you can actually move him. Like, if you move him onto the enemy side, he then gains celerity and can attack again. So you'll see here, he teleports behind me, plays Mask with that beautiful 6 mana, slaps me in the face, and that mistake, that's huge. Like that's really bad. He interfocuses his silhouette. He's gonna hit me with it for even more damage, bring me down to 5, and he does it again, and he brings me down to 3. So I think the moral of the story for that turn is that Songhai is the most punishing out-of-hand deck in the game. What that means is they can deal a shit ton of damage just from their hand with anything, whether it's Phoenix Fires or a teleport backstab or inner focus backstab, anything like that. So that mistake, one of those ones that's really hard to kind of come back from. I'm also in a terrible, awkward position where I can't move here because I'm being blocked, but if I moved him here, I couldn't move this guy here. It's all in all a bad situation. All he needs is 3 damage, well 5 with my healing mystic. So I'm going to do my best to take out his artifact and kill Tracer and block him, just body block him with minions. So the only choice I really have is to get this guy in here because he's the only thing that won't die to a Mask of Shadows because he has 5 HP. And I need to kill this too. So yeah, all he needs is 5 out of hand damage to kill me, which is pretty likely. So Hearth Sister the Rhino in, attack him, and yeah. I mean, nothing much happens this turn. Just kind of going about it, healing myself up, blocking him in, trying my best to stay alive. But alas, he has mist walking, which I actually didn't know can go through your own units, which is, I think, silly. And he just walks up and hits me for the win. Oh, and then he has a Phoenix Fire in hand. So yeah, one mistake cost me the whole game. You really gotta pay attention when you're playing against these guys. Like, you can lose in one turn. It's one of those decks. So don't get me wrong, you can definitely beat Songhai. They're just very, very difficult to play properly against because they can punish you for just you give them an inch, they'll take like 6 miles. Like, it's ridiculous. I hope you like that. I hope the webcam was okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.